Rock and roll. All right. What's up, guys? It is officially Friday, and we're doing something a little bit different today. Funnel Team is hanging out in a Zoom versus a Facebook Live, so welcome everybody in. It is the 11th of April, and we have some fun and exciting news for you guys in regards to something that is brand new that is headed your way starting as soon as this month with your My Econ Funnel Team business. We're going to talk about that. Now, before we get there, real quick, joined by a special guest, Bill. What's going on, bro? Bill has been with My Econ since 2018, made hundreds of thousands of dollars with My Econ, veteran in the industry. Bill, what's going on, bro? You fired up? You excited or what?
I'm fired up. I'm excited. It's funny, guys. Happy to be here. But when I was just saying I was excited, Dan, just a little funny thing. I was thinking about one of our old colleagues, and they would always say, "Hi, I'm so excited." It was so like rehearsed. But when I'm saying I'm excited, I really am, and I mean it literally. Because
I know exactly
I
who you're referring to as well.
yeah, and I wouldn't hop on if I wasn't really excited. And we're gonna get into it. I don't want to let the horse before the cart, but
Yeah.
the bottom line is that I am pumped, and I'm pumped about it's not even about the money we're going to make. It's about how we can help leaders that aren't even in our company make. This is a game changer for
Oh
us.
yeah, for
We
sure.
already had a lot of game changers with the global and everything, but we haven't taken advantage of it the way that we need to grow as a company. And we're gonna like blow it up. We're gonna pay so much money to new leaders, and when you get the wording right, to the presentation right, you're gonna attract some heavy hitters. But we'll
Oh,
get
for
into that
sure.
in a minute. But I'm pumped. Looking to grow, and I just love what we're doing. I love our team, and I love our company. It's peaceful. It's very peaceful when you're home. I can tell you that
Yep.
from experience, guys. So let's go, Nan.
Yeah. And for those of you guys that are sipping coffee, cheers to everybody. We're hanging out. We're sipping coffee. We're drinking.
Where am I at?
There you go.
I got my golden nugget.
Yeah, golden nugget. I got my
Golden
this
nugget.
is this was a gift from my mother-in-law and Kim, and you can just tell her sense of humor by this. And I know the camera's reversed, but she got me this for Christmas, and the mug says, "Being your mother-in-law seems like a gift enough, so here's a mug." I thought that was funny. Anyway, so first off, before we go into
I think
anything,
she has the same mug. I think. I don't know. Sims. No, it's a different one. I'm sorry.
and by the way, some of you guys are driving, so careful while zooming and driving at the same time. Careful while doing that. Shout out to some newbies. I'm going to read off a list of newbies. These are brand new people to our team that already turned around and made a sale, which is really, really cool. So let's see. Simone, you made your second sale. Sim made her second sale. Awesome. Good to see that. Stephen G. Corley. I don't know if he's on live now. I don't know if these people are on live with us now, but Stephen Corley and Stephen Courtney, two Stephen C's. Come on. But they both made their first sale. William Estes made his very first sale. I'm going to do my best to pronounce your last name, Robin Gaussis. I hope I said that right. Robin Gaussis made their first sale. John Cruder made his first sale this week. And then Robert Weekly made his first sale this week. That's incredible, guys. 6 brand new members that all just got started, all made their very first sale this week. So, absolutely awesome, awesome stuff right there. What does that say? Some of the messages for those have been, I don't know what that's all about. You guys can chat, right? Just comment yes if you guys can chat. I just want to make sure because it says due to a large number of participants in this meeting,
Yep, there they
system
are.
who joined or left been disabled. Okay, that's weird. Okay, yeah, you guys are chatting. All right, cool. Okay, awesome. Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, just making sure. Got a weird
Cool.
Zoom message there. So shout out to all those people, guys. Shout out to the folks that are getting out there, getting to work right away, getting those sales. Also, shout out to the people that are taking advantage of the special promo that we have this week. You guys remember this, and I'm gonna pull this up. I want to share my screen. I do want to talk about this for a minute here, guys, because this is a big one. This is a big one. Okay. So make sure that you guys are taking advantage of the current promo that we have, which, by the way, on our webinar page here, it ends tonight. So let's talk about that. Some of you guys have already reached out to me. I know Corey, Sim, Shannon, you guys have all reached out to me with sales that you got, people that took advantage of this promo. I now have your people, your sales. I have them in my personal rotator, which is awesome. So, at the time of this meeting today, just over 13 hours left to go. Guaranteed sales. Make sure you guys are using this in your lingo. This should be out there in your content. Really go after this. Really take advantage of this today. I would even maybe circle back and follow up with old leads. And I mean, Bill, let's before we dive into the actual the big thing that we have to talk about today, let's talk just for a second about what it means to kind of like the importance of circling back to people that you've had conversations with before. Like I know you've done that over the years, circling back to leaders that maybe one time said no, maybe now they say yes. Maybe just talk about the importance of that for a minute.
Yeah, I mean that works, and also going back to people that you've worked with before. The
Hmm.
way I look at it is when you're prospecting, it's believe it or not, it's easier to keep what you have than go find new.
True
So
story.
even though that they're not still there, they were there. So it takes some time, but just going one by one, not even doing it in bulk. You just, you have a way you go on your Gmail, whatever you have. This is what I do all the time. I talk to Dan about it all the time. Like sometimes I even go in because we were in another company and we would have their information and it would say like, you know, they're in Australia or they're in, South Africa, wherever. And sometimes I go in and I search in my Gmail account from old businesses, and then I get everyone was from that country. It pops up, and I just see all these emails that I got from past years, and then I just send them a nice email, with the global thing. But yeah, recycling is easier than going for new. It really is. You already have a relationship, and it's a lot easier. And time is everything. Never ever, in my opinion, never ever think for other people.
Hmm.
Never think. The leaders that have joined myself and Dan and others is they were. It was timing. You go to 10 people and eight, just tell you to get lost, and the other two are having a really bad day. And if they're having a bad day in their current company with their CEO, and you're never going to know, and it happens, and that is just the time. And if someone's check is being messed with, there's all these little variables that you have no idea. So and when someone, flips you off, and I don't mean it literally, but like, gives you the cold, so, puts you on scene, gives you the cold shoulder, just move on to the next. I mean, it happens to me. Sometimes I text Dan, just a little bouncing board, and I'm like, yeah, this guy, he gave it to me. And Dan will tell you, I just laugh. I just go to the next one. You know what I mean? So yeah, recycling's good. The other thing with recycling, it's a little bit of different subject. I was just telling Dan. I went to Dan's videos yesterday and I searched through popular. And Dan had a video of like 145,000 views. And I told him, I said, there's nothing about your old company in that, just very little bit. I said, just download that video, edit it out, and use it for the new thing because if it works then, it will work now.
Hmm.
That's my motto. I
Yeah.
recycle everything. I use Dan's videos. Dan could go look. You guys can go look. He can go show you on YouTube. He loves doing that. I put Dan's video up that I just told you. I edited his video. I'm using it as a presentation on my wall, and it's from years ago, like 3 years ago, and he has 145,000 views. If he did it then, it will do it now.
Yep.
That's just how it works.
Yep.
So, that's where I stand with that.
That video, what's funny about it is, and I mean, you remember the numbers, Bill, that I was sharing with you like one week when I think my record in 2020, I think it was May of 2023 or June of 2023. My record is 115 sales in one week. And it was because of that, not because of, but like that video that I was sending people to on YouTube closed a boatload of sales, like literally hundreds. So, and this is exactly what Bill's talking about right here is reflecting back and recycling forward. You guys, you hear me talk about that in our lives all the time. So you go back to what worked. And something Bill had mentioned, and I want you guys to think about this too. This is really, really important, especially right now, especially as we're breaking out into 2025. We have global, we have a promo coming up, which we're about to talk about. We got a lot of great things going. Like, don't hesitate to reach out to people that were on your team prior. So, as an example, I'm just going to say it. Like, if you had people that were with you in SHG, if you had people that were with you in GFU, whatever, like, hit them up, like, let them know, be like, hey, man, like, because like Bill said, like, if they were with you once before, like, there's a really good chance that they'll be with you again. So, like, hit those people up, or even if you had someone join you in my econ back in August, September, October last year, and for whatever reason, if they canceled, they quit, they didn't pay, whatever it was, just again hit them up because of what we have going on right now. And like Bill said, it was a really, really important thing. Don't ever, ever, ever assume for someone. Don't ever decide for them. And I've had so many conversations over the years with many of you, many team members, leaders, people that are like, oh, well, yeah, I'm not going to ask because they're probably just going to say no. Like, that's literally the definition of self-sabotage. Like, don't ever assume or decide for someone. That's the absolute worst thing you can do. Does that make sense, guys? Comment makes sense, because I know this is something that we've all dealt with. And when it comes to like the method that we teach, getting out there, putting out content, YouTube videos, all that stuff, it's designed to have people come to you. But I think it's really important to also be reaching out to people as well. Don't be afraid to ask the question, because what's the absolute, you guys put it in the comments here, what's the absolute worst thing that can happen? You reach out to someone, you say, hey, you should come check out what I'm doing. What's the absolute worst thing that can happen? They say no. Boo hoo, suck it up, get over it, move on. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? They said no. Okay, who cares? No big deal, right? So, but don't let that, like, please don't ever decide for them. Okay? It's just self-sabotage, and it's a recipe for disaster. Okay? Have that confidence. Okay. Now,
Hey,
what do you
Dan,
think,
real
Bill? You want
quick.
to talk about this promo?
Oh, yeah, one sec. You know what happened to me this morning? I was going to tell you we didn't talk. I had two different people, one with a different deal, but one person messaged me this morning and said, because they've been asking me about our program, and they said, "Have you seen this program?" And I was looking at the old texts with the person, and the person was actually I actually sponsored the person in SHG.
Yep.
So they pitched me SHG this morning, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I was there. I was
Yep.
your sponsor, and I was the number one guy. Yeah, I was there. So do you want to like come with a good program?" But it was just funny.
Yep.
That's what I mean. That the guy didn't even know it. So reach out to these people. So.
Yeah. 100%. I see some of you guys are driving. So again, zoom and drive carefully.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so let's get into this promo. Now, we hinted at it yesterday, and I don't have, like, unfortunately, we don't have all of the slides. Give me 1 second here. I want to pull all
We
this
can
info
share
here.
we can share that one slide, even though it's not
Yeah,
like
no, I want to. I'll share the photo we have. It's going to be a little tough to see, but there's gonna be two different cash promotions going on. So do me a favor, comment the word. Oh yeah, Balloon Tay, celebrate. Um, Two different cash promotions. So everybody comment cash if you guys want to earn some cash. So I'm gonna share my screen, show you guys what's going on here, and start to give you. And then we're gonna just kind of like we're gonna break it down, talk about this promo a little bit. But what's really important, there's a couple of very specific things about this promo that I want to talk about. Okay, so couple things. First thing I want you guys to notice right off the bat here, and I know it's basically a picture of a picture, so you'll have to pardon the details here. It's going to be a little. I'll see if I can make it a little bigger for you, but it's kind of a blurry picture. So stand with me here for a second. I'll see if I can. Yeah, that's as big as it'll get right there. Okay, so I know. Just give me a thumbs up if you guys can see that. Like Sim, Mark, you guys see that picture on your screen right there? I know it's a little tough. Okay, cool. So first thing I want you to do is I want you guys to notice right down here. Where's my little draw doodad? This is the promo period. Everybody see this? The promo period is from April, meaning we're in it right now, April 5th through October 3rd. So it's a very, very, very big window for this promo, okay, which is really, really cool. So once you guys now this right here, this bonus here is designed specifically for international global members, meaning not just them, but you here in the United States, all of us, but specifically signing up international members. Now, the company did this because they obviously want to increase global memberships. They want to increase our presence all across the globe, and they want to reward you for that. So during this promo period, it's pretty straightforward. Okay. If you get 5 to 9 sales, and I'm not going to go through every single one, but you guys can just figure it out and do the math. If you guys can if you get 5 to 9 new global members in that promo period. So think about it. You have April, May,
See me
June,
counting.
July, right?
I was just counting.
Yeah. Um, August, September, October. What kind of October? So you really have 6 months, 6 full freaking months. I'm just going to put a big old six right here. You have 6 months. So I'm hoping that most of you will get more than 5 to 9 sales. If you do that, you get a $37.50 bonus. Okay. 10 to 19 members, $100 bonus. 20 to 34 members, $250 bonus. $525 bonus, almost $1,000 bonus. Here's where it gets really, really cool. And this is what I hinted at yesterday. Okay. And once we have the full slides, we're still waiting on the full slides from corporate. We'll get that to you guys. We'll talk about it on one of our live trainings. We'll also give you guys the other promotion that, again, we're just waiting on those slides as well. But this is live right now. We can talk about this. Okay. So now 80 plus, 80 might seem like a big number, but when you spread it out, again, when you guys spread it out over 6 months, it's really not that big. And this is also what comes into play here is when you bring on a big leader. This is why when I talked about specifically yesterday, guys, I specifically talked about think beyond yourself. Anytime there's a cash promotion, everyone instinctively says, "Oh, how much money can I make? What can my bonus be? What can I make?" But I want you to think beyond that. I want you to think about what happens. The reason why this is, a global bonus right now is I want you to think what happens if you bring in a leader from South Africa, from India, from Germany, from Australia, right? What happens if you bring in an international leader and they go crazy? So here's where it gets really cool. So any sales over 80, okay, and again, it's a 6 month window. You get 6 months to do this. Any sales over 80, it becomes $20 per person and it's unlimited. So think about it. Just think about it for a second. Someone signs up as a global member, right, for 59 bucks. You get what? You get a $35 commission. Okay? $35 commission. If you hit that top bonus tier, you're going to get an additional $20 per person. Let's do some basic math here, okay? That's $55 in commissions, okay, for a $59 join. That's almost, and this is how you can word it in content. If you guys want to create videos around this, push it. That's almost 100% commissions, which is really freaking cool. Okay. Almost 100% commissions. Bill, anything else I missed? Anything to add on this?
Like you said it, when I see these cash contests, Dan will tell you, no matter what they are, I don't get excited for looking at these numbers, 3750, all these numbers that Dan here has written down. The most important thing to me right here, the most important is the wording. For instance, Dan's talking about how you would share it. The first thing it would be, I'm going to pay any global leader and their team 100% for the next 6 months if they want to get started and launch their business.
Hmm.
With that said, the part two of that is when you bring it, when you don't think about yourself and you bring a team over, I want you to understand how that works if you've never done it before. They do 80 people their first week. I'm
Yep.
talking about big leaders. They do 80 plus people their first week. So don't even look at that 80 again the way you see it. Don't assume it. These guys, when they come over, the types we're talking about, these people, they'll do it in a week and they will continue to grow and take advantage of that 100% and build you the biggest team overnight than you could ever do yourself. And that's the method to my madness right there. So this is
Yeah.
just like this just helps me. This helps me do what I've always been doing.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it's a great, yeah, it's, I mean, again, it's cool that we can all earn some extra cash. It really is. But when you look at it bigger picture, like Bill's talking about, this is really, dangling the carrot out there for the big international leaders. That's really what this is for. So when you think beyond yourself, you could have a monster leader come in from another country and they're going to bring in other leaders and they're going to bring in other leaders. And those are the people that are going to be really taking advantage of this. So if you want to go out and you want to, try to make 80 sales yourself, cool. That's awesome. I applaud you for
yes,
that. But also, again, please think bigger than yourself. Think beyond yourself and think about what can you do right now, today, to get out there and share this information out there on YouTube. Take advantage of those trending keywords, the 2025, the global, because those are trending. People are starting to search that. People are starting to see that as they're out there, and they're searching my econ. So those videos are coming up. And we've even shown you guys this too. Like when we just go over to YouTube and we pull up just my econ itself, the top keywords that we see just on a random scroll are 2025 and global or international. So now is an incredible time to take this stuff here and run with it. So I'll see if we can get Bill. Let's, me and you go to work. We'll reach out to Ivy. Let's see if we can grab these slides so we can post them in the group ASAP. So that way, if people are um, making content around this promo, they can at least have the screenshots or have the slides so they could take advantage of that.
absolutely, absolutely. I was also sorry. I was looking to can't make any promises, but I could probably get it done. To actually invite Ivy next week, Dan, after the weekend,
Mm,
um, on this Zoom. So
okay.
we could do that either 10 a.m. or another time. But I'll let we'll figure it out this weekend.
Yep.
I sent him a text, just waiting to hear back from him. Yeah, we'll get the slides, we'll get everything. On that note, I don't want to like again jump forward, but also we're having also another, we don't have the exact numbers, but there's also a side by side parallel promo for extra money for any sales.
Mhm.
So that's coming out. This is running side by side, just so you know. It's going
Yep.
to be two promos, and it's going to be similar to the last promo. That's all I got out of that so far. And the most important thing is, guys, this has already started. I know it's crazy,
Mhm.
but he put this together and, Ivy, who helps with corporate, he's a rep also. So he's a busy guy too. So these numbers are already pretty much in stone, but they haven't publicly been released, but the clock started already. So any sales you got this week already, this contest applies, just to
Yep.
give you a heads up. Okay.
Yeah. And when we have the dollar amounts for the other promo as well. So if you guys, for those of you guys that were with us back in December, that's where they ran the other promo, and that counted towards all sales. No, it didn't matter. So whether it was, someone comes in at the $25 level, the $45 level, the $100 level, all sales count. All sales count towards a promo. And I think I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was like every 5 sales, you got X amount of cash, 10 sales, 15, 20. And then I think it went up to as high as, I want to say, like 100. And then anything over that was a certain dollar amount. So there's going to be that. Just like Bill was saying, we'll have all these details for you. Hopefully, next week we'll have all these slides out there. But It's going to be a great way to earn some additional money. And the most important part here, it's going to be a great way to attract some international business. And that's something that I'm really, 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 really excited about. Like if we went back to, just as an example, back to 2023, um, in our other company that we were in, our team had thousands of members. Bill, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I would say realistically, 40% of our team was from outside the USA. You think that's a fair number?
Yeah, it's right on. It's right on.
Yeah. So I want you guys to
Yeah.
think about that, like 40% of your team. So now that we're open across the globe and we have, the ability to sign someone up in over 150 countries around the world, like 40% is a huge number. That's free money. So instead of just advertising here in the United States, it's like that 40% is going to add up and that's going to build. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. We're going to be we're working on getting other countries added. Nigeria is one of them. Um, Unfortunately, with I'm not going to get into too many details, but the payment processor specifically that we're using, that Nigeria is a block country. So we're working on a workaround to get around that. But we are going to be trying to add more countries to Nigeria, Vietnam. I don't remember the names of the other ones, but getting those. Also, trying to figure out the whole states thing too, because there's like I think two states that you still can't sign up. I think it's like South Dakota and Montana. We're working on getting those added as well. So a lot of things that we're working on behind the scenes, guys. This is the stuff that we do literally, daily and weekly, trying to get you, um, you know, all the best solutions to getting out there and building. But straight up, I mean, think big picture. You know, if we went back to 2023 and, you know, our team total size was what, Bill? About 4,000 people, give or take.
Yep. 4,200 on the
Yeah.
nose.
So over 4,000 people on our team back in 2023. 4,000 people.
All active.
40%, right? 40% of that is about 1,800 people. So if we were not global, that team size would have been far less, far less. So I want you guys to realize, like, when we say global, like we're going global, we went global, like we finally made it happen. I want you to realize like how big of an impact over time that's going to be for you guys. Okay. So if that makes sense, guys, comment the word global in the chat right now. Comment global, because I want you to realize like how significant opening up outside of the United States actually is. Like this is a really, really big deal. And that's why consistently on these lives, and whether it be on Facebook or whatever, when we're doing these live trainings, this is why we talk about it so much. This is why we talk about getting out there on YouTube and using the keywords and putting out that content. And when you're doing your short form video saying, hey, available all around the world, over 140 countries around the world, that type of stuff, it's important to talk about that stuff. It's important to mention it because long term, this is going to play a huge impact in your business. Okay. So make sure that from here on out, that type of info is weaved into your content. So that way it gets more people seeing it, and long term, it's going to help you more than you know. Okay. All right. What else, Bill? What else we got going on?
Dan, I was just thinking when you were saying global, I don't want to get in the way of anyone's marketing because everyone has their own concept. But Dan, do you think it's okay to, as a group, to talk about some of the phrases that I've been thinking is important? Like for instance, with when we're saying for the global that, we're just saying travel. And travel's great. It
Mm-hmm.
really is. But not everyone can travel. So there's two things on there. Before I say what I was going to say, keep in mind, guys, there are people, the majority of people come into this opportunity or any other opportunity, not for the products. I hate saying that, but they come in to be part of the pay plan.
Mm-hmm.
So again, don't assume for them. Don't assume, oh, this, they're not going to like our travel product or, are they going to love it, whatever. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I've been diving into our travel portal and Dan's been doing some good presentations on it. So and I even told Ivy this the other day. He loved it. I've been calling our company, I've been calling it my econ global savings because, and that's the tag words I've been using on my YouTube videos. Now, just thinking out loud there, Dan, I'm just saying like the travel portal is more than travel. And that's my main point. And you need to get that out there. It is more than travel.
Hmm.
And it's universal in a lot of these savings. So, and I don't, Dan did that in training yesterday, I believe. So, use your imagination, your creativity to attract people. Don't put yourself in a corner. And, that's what do you think about that, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, this you can always take things from different angles, and one of the things that I've talked about, in a lot of my YouTube content, and remember, I literally went over this with you guys. I don't know if it was yesterday or Wednesday. It's one of the 2 days where I broke down, the travel portal, and I listed out what like 7 or 8 different perks of the travel portal. One of them was online shopping, online savings. And yeah, like that online shopping, those online savings can be applied because we even tried. We went in there and you can select just like with the travel portal, you can select different countries. So it's not just here in the United States. So there's a lot of cool ways that you could attack it. So, we all know that there's other savings companies out there. We were part of one, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to talk about, online shopping or online, discount savings or whatever it is, our travel portal has it. And really important to mention too, and a lot of people don't understand this too. This is really important. I just did a YouTube video on this. When it comes to travel, our travel membership that we have is it's a white labeled, travel engine. And the reason for that, when I say white labeled, I mean like the parent company that owns the travel membership is the same parent company as almost any other travel membership out there. So, ready for this? I'm probably going to blow some minds here. So, when we were in SHG, GFU, and my econ, right? They all have the same travel site. Did you guys know that? It's all the same travel site. Okay. With all three
Hmm.
companies. Okay. Same travel site, different label on it. That's it. It's the same travel site. Now, the difference is ready for this? This is where you need to pay attention. And it's not just those three companies that I mentioned. Like almost any affiliate or network marketing company that has a travel engine, this is the parent company that they use. So Zingo Travel, aka My Econ Travel, is very similar. Now, there are differences though. And there's differences because the company itself pays a different price per head for a specific tier of discount. And I don't know how many tiers there are. I want to say maybe what, Bill? There's probably like 5 tiers.
I actually think there's three. I got a little
Okay.
experience in it. And,
Yep.
for whatever reason, some choose the lower one and some choose the higher one. And where Dan's going, and I'll let him finish up, we have the deepest discounts.
Yep.
I've compared all three. And on that, and then one more thing is that I want to share is that we also have the most freedom. And Dan knows this because I think he tried to do an account with his wife. So for instance, on my portal, I didn't sign my daughters up for my econ, but I created them a profile. My girlfriend, I created a profile. So in my travel portal, the reason why I did that is because they can use their own credit card. They have their own login, but they're not with my econ. Now you don't do that for an army of people, but you can do it for, your spouse or whatever. So my point is that my daughter, like for example, my daughter is graduating uh, uh, grad school in May. So we're going to Boston, okay? And in Boston, I went on last night to look at the hotels and I'm going to book her a hotel. So I already told her that we're going to book it so she gets all the in her name and everything. I don't want to put it in my name because I don't want to have a problem because we're going at different times. So I'm creating her a profile that she can go in. I'll still pay for it, but my point is that it will be her hotel room. So we have a lot more control. The reason why I bring that up because GFU didn't allow us to do that,
Mm-hmm.
and they were very strict. And I went to click that same profile to add a profile back when we were there, and it didn't allow me to do it. So
Yep.
there are different freedoms. So
So if you were how the tiers work is, and we've actually done this and we've compared these. Bill's mentioned he mentioned that earlier that like literally went and used as an example SHG, GFU, and my econ travel membership. Did the same exact dates, same exact hotel, same exact everything, apples to apples to apples in all three, and my econ was the cheapest. Now, the reason for that is because my econ pays on that top tier. They pay the most amount of money per head. So that cost per head is built into your membership. That's why the travel membership is only available either A, at that international level outside of the USA, or the EBM level for $99. That's why it's only at that level, because is the price per head. So we pay the top tier, so we have the most amount of options, the most amount of discounts, all the stuff that all the other companies bragged or boast about. Like as an example, like when we were in GFU, they said, oh, you get this, you get this, you get this with the travel. Like we have, it's all the same stuff. It's literally all the same stuff. So everything that I went over with you guys yesterday, and I talked about all those different perks of the travel site. It's all the same stuff. Like we have that and more because of the price per head that we pay with my econ. So and again, that was one of the things that factored into like when we were looking at doing this business and being part of my econ. That's one of the things that we looked at. We're like, it's the same freaking thing for way less money. Why wouldn't we want to do this? Right. So
Uh,
again, just want to give you guys all this information, all this, knowledge here so you guys have it and understand like what we truly do have here. It's really awesome.
it's fun to use. I Dan and I used to do that on all the companies. We'd go on and we used to have fun with it. You should go into your travel portal if you have the membership, and we would do like hotels, and I would actually go on Booking.com and Expedia, and I would compare.
Mm-hmm.
Like even though it shows you them there, I wanted to really test it, and I would actually go out on the World Wide Web, and I go, Dan, look, this is saving this much money. And
Yep.
when I went to visit Dan, I stayed at like the Marriott Residence or something because we had a pet, and I saved for the week about $600. So I don't know, I think I paid $1,600, and publicly it would have been like $2,200.
Yeah.
So it's so cool to really use, and I get points also every time. Once the booking happens, you get points in your back office, and those points I can use. I don't have to use them for travel. I can use to get a gift card from Amazon, or they got all these different gift cards. So really, it's like cash because
Mm-hmm.
Amazon's like cash. You,
It's
you can
fun to
buy
do the
anything on
price
Amazon.
comparisons. I've done I don't know how many dozens of videos on my YouTube channel comparing, Expedia, Priceline, Trivago, whatever it is, to our travel engine, and our travel engine beats it every time. So it's fun to do those. I would recommend that you guys do it too, or at least if you're not going to record a video about it, at least just go play around with it. But we have an incredible travel engine. It doesn't get spoken about enough. But it's I think Bert just commented, amazing value. It really is. It really is amazing value when you get in there, like Bill said, like get in there and start playing with it and start going through it. There's so many cool things in there. And one of the things that we don't even talk about often, and this we talked about this in our previous company, but it's something that um, we don't even talk about now because we didn't even really realize it was a thing until about a week ago. But you can take your travel membership and you can share that with whoever you want. You can share it. You can use it as a lead magnet for your business. Hey, create a free account in my special members only discount travel club. Whatever lingo you want to use, you can throw that on YouTube videos. Hey, link in the description down below if you want to sign up for my exclusive travel club. Sign up for free. Whatever you want to do, share it with friends and family. But when someone else goes and books a trip and they use the link that you just gave them, if they book a cruise, a hotel, a flight, rental car, whatever savings they got, you earn. Like, do you guys realize how cool that is?
Yep.
Like, can you do that with Trivago or Expedia or Priceline or whatever? No, you can't. So um, so you can hand out that link if someone booked. Let's say, just hypothetically, someone books a cruise, right? They book a cruise, they save $500. You literally earn $500. Like, how awesome is that? You know. So really, really cool stuff, guys.
Dan, on the other thing
Otherwise,
on that is on that is how they do it is they only give them because you say, well, why would I give them a free membership? And now they're not going to join me. Well, it's bait, but it still works. But
Hmm.
the other thing is when if they're booking it and they're happy, they're only getting 50% of the savings that they would normally get if they're a rep. So the 50%, so all you say is, hey, I could have doubled your savings. So now they used your portal, they tested it, they booked, and you told them, oh, what did you save? Well, I saved $100. Well, you would have saved $200 if you were a member.
Hmm.
And, that's just the way you word that there.
Yep.
So,
So yeah, good stuff. All right,
yeah,
guys. That's
yeah.
I think that's it for today, Bill, unless you got anything else that you want to go
Well,
over. I
being I'm
mean,
here, you want to take any questions? Any responsible questions?
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, just keep it specific to the team training or the promo. Um,
yeah.
just be resource. Always good. Remember, guys, be
Any
resourceful. You guys
if
got the.
anyone wants to come out and do a testimonial, I'd love to, anyone,
Oh, that reminds me.
you could come out and, they could come on video and tell us if they experienced, like someone just said they used the portal 3 times. They're welcome to come out. Let's do it. Another 10 minutes.
I want to throw another reminder out there. Let me share my screen real quick. So before anyone pops a question in there, when you guys are in the Facebook group, for those of you guys that have done the actual income shifting, please, 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 please need you guys right here. If you guys have done the income shifting, please go to this post and drop a comment on how much money you saved, how much money you put back in your pocket doing the income shifting. As of right now, we only have 3 comments in there. It says 6, but 3 of them are my reply. So there's only 3 comments in there, 3 people that have actually done the income shifting, or at least commented that they've done the income shifting. So please go to this post and put that in there. I want to get as many of you guys doing this as possible. Number one, this is an incredible service, and 2, it works. 3, I want to use this for content. I want to use this on our webinars. I want to use this on future videos and stuff like that. So the more people that we have in here, the better. So make sure that you guys go to this post if you guys have done the income shifting and just put how much money per month you guys are saving. So I think Mark, Beth, and I can't remember who else. I think it was Sherry maybe that went in there and already put their dollar amount saved in there. It's awesome to see, guys, too. I did this when we were on our webinar on Thursday. When we were on the webinar on Tuesday, several of you guys that were on live with me commented how much money you had saved going through the income shifting process, and like that is so cool for leads to see. Like it's such an easy win. It's such an easy win for our members. So we really want to encourage this, and it just helps keep people engaged. It helps keep people in it for the long haul because they're utilizing the products. They're saving money. So awesome, Shannon. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. So yeah, the more comments that we have in there, and I'm already letting the cat out of the bag. I have future videos, future VSLs for our funnels coming up, where I'm putting those screenshots in there. I'm putting that savings in there so people could see it because it's a huge win. Like you sign up for a business that's less than $100, no matter what level you come in at, and then you turn around and you increase your take home pay by $500, $600, $700 a month. I mean, talk about worth it. Talk about a huge win, you know. So, all right, guys. Anyone have any questions for us? You guys can either unmute your mics or drop a comment down in the chat. We'll answer questions. We'll hang out for another minute or two if you guys have questions. Otherwise, we'll wrap up. We'll rock on. We'll enjoy our Friday and have a great weekend. But
So I want to do, Dan, one quick shout out. I just did a incognito search, just my econ,
mhm.
and the winner is Beth Hayes,
Hey, there you
number
go.
number one,
Nice. Top of the search.
and Celeste is right behind her.
Nice. 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 Nice.
Any
Oh, there you go.
questions? Here we go. What we got?
Yeah,
Anyone want to
Shannon
come
said
out?
I used the travel portal 4 times, and racked up lots of points so far. Awesome. And the cool part is
Oh,
too,
I
like
love that.
you can now redeem those points. And again, something you guys might not have known. You can not only redeem your points as you guys build up points in the travel engine, you can not only redeem the points for free travel, you can also redeem those points for gift cards. So I don't know if you guys knew that. Like if you wanted to redeem it for like an Amazon gift card or gift card to Home Depot. I don't even know, but you can redeem those points for gift cards, which is really cool.
Yes.
Again, so many perks about the travel engine that a lot of you guys don't know. And like we're still learning a lot of this stuff too. So as we learn this stuff, we're going to pass it along to you guys. All right.
All right.
Awesome. I don't see any questions coming in, so rock and roll. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for jumping from the Facebook group or your phone push notification over to the Zoom. We like to do these every once in a while, so it's fun. We get to see your face. We get to interact a little bit more, and we get to bring on special, cool people like Bill, because you are
Yeah.
special, Bill. You are.
Thank you. Thank you. They do well too. I love it. We get a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
know. We just
participants.
we just
And we
sip
just
coffee
threw
and
it
hang
up.
out, man. That's all it is.
Imagine if we plan one.
I know, right? I know. We literally just like it was like this morning. We're like, "Hey, you good? You got what are we gonna talk about? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, cool." And then we just show up, and here we are for an hour, just hanging out with you guys. So appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Let's get out. Let's go crush it. Get some content out there, and take advantage of the guaranteed sale promo, guys. And we'll see you guys soon. Later.